All right, guys, we are back over at the Ware House, and today we're gonna go over the recap of framing because we are done, finally, with framing. We had about a 2.5 week delay due to incorrect size trusses coming out and a couple other minor challenges, but we recovered from that and we're back on track. So let's get into it. This is gonna be an exciting one. So, like I said, framing's wrapping up, pretty much done. We've got our window guys here today. They're getting our windows installed. And really we're just going over all the little details, like where do we want dead wood, right? Where do we want to put, anything we're gonna hang on the wall, anything like that, for our bathrooms, our kitchens and things like that. And now we're really getting to the point of getting everything closed up and getting into our rough-in phase. So as we walk in, we're greeted into our family room. We've got our 22-foot ceilings. Seeing these windows go in, it's really exciting to see because the plan's just coming together. We've got all this natural light coming in. We've already, met with our cabinet installers and all the guys that are going to execute our finishing work to really be on point about, like I said, adding dead wood and anything that requires wood behind the wall now versus trying to do that later. So we've got dead wood going in here. We've got our hidden pantry area framed properly, and I can't wait to kind of show you guys how that's gonna get executed. Back here, the concrete got poured this morning. So the guys are just getting it nice and smoothed out and just, again, they are following the idea of everything perfection and not lacking anywhere. So getting that executed. So yeah, it's coming out nice. So in here, we've got our pocket doors delivered. I want to talk about our pocket doors for a second. We went with this company called Cavity Slider, and the beautiful thing about these pocket doors, typically you buy a pocket door kit, come in a box just like this, you'll pay 90 bucks. Usually built out of wood with some metal, like aluminum casing. And they work, but the problem is after 6 months, a year into it, you're gonna end up with usually some shifting or the door just not gonna open properly. So we really hated that about pocket doors. And in this house, we put about 6 of them in. And so we didn't want that problem. So what we did was we did a ton of research. We found this European company and we had them ship them to us. And these things weren't cheap. I think they were like $5.50 for the whole kit. And it's one of those things that the end buyer or whoever ends up renting this house or whatever, they'll never see this. They have no idea it goes behind the wall. But the reality is it's done right. We did it right. We know it's done right, and they will never have a problem. So again, just how do you elevate framing at every stage, at every point? Going the extra mile. It does hurt, right? One of these doors is the price of one. But it's like, you know what? Do it the right way and they won't have a problem. Windows are going in as we see here. They've got these windows in. I love it the way they're coming out. We decided to go with the casements. We'll be doing one buys to just trim all this out. And again, have that clean, modern, clean line look. Okay, cool. So guys, we're back up here. This is the loft, the second floor of the Ware House. I'm standing in the loft right now. I haven't been here in a few days and it's really cool to see. Again, the plan is just coming together. So we got all the windows just ready to go. We're continuing with zip flashing on the windows. We've got the fireplace built out. This fireplace is gonna be all tiled to the ceiling. This is gonna just kind of be like a little sitting area. You can put a piano up here, you can have it sitting space, whatever. Just a cool little vibe. And yeah, just excited to see it come together. So this morning, the guys just kind of went throughout the whole entire house and just verify that the window sizes, that the windows that we ordered fit the windows that the guys framed. And unfortunately, we found about 5 or 6 windows that were inaccurate and did not fit. So the framers, we called them first thing, the window guys let us know that they didn't fit. We called the framers, they're on the way over here right now to reframe some of these windows and get it back, the right hole. And the whole right hole size, and so these guys can continue the install. And I just wanted to speak to how important it is to have guys you can rely on, right? Have guys, when you call them, they'll show up, because that's the difference between, oh, I'm just gonna hire whoever to frame my house, or I'm gonna hire somebody that, one, is gonna frame it right, do everything the right way, of course, but two, can you rely on them when you need them? And when you need them to come back or need them to, hey, something came up in the inspection, whatever. So it's really important to, when you qualify contractors, it's kind of a tough thing to qualify for, but I would say the best way to find people is through referrals. And don't just ask, oh, how are they? Ask the nitty gritty questions like, hey, did you guys have any issues? And that's what you want to know, because everybody's great when things are great, but when things aren't great, that's what you want to know about. All right, so still on the second floor up here at the Ware House. This is our second primary master. Again, I just keep saying I'm excited because I am seeing the vision come together. We've got, again, the windows are about to go in, but what I'm really excited to see is the balcony has been built out back here, and these little roof lines have been built out. And what's really cool is, again, we're continuing with the zip system around the whole house. So again, as I've talked to you guys about the house being airtight and just sealed properly, not just for the sheeting, but for the roof as well. So, again, for all of our sheeting, of course, is zip, but we also built sort of like these little gables on the outside of the house, and we'll show you guys around the entire property. We're zipping all that in to keep every part of the house airtight. So now, still in the second primary, we have our nice little ensuite closet here. And then we walk through this closet and we enter our ensuite master bathroom. So we've got a huge 13 by 8 foot shower where we're gonna have multiple rain heads, jets in the wall, and an entire tub sitting right here. And then the glass door is gonna go all the way to the ceiling. So I am so excited to see how this is gonna come out. Then we'll also have again, the European style that we're in keeping with the house. We'll mount that floating vanity. So we'll keep that going. Floating here, nice little tower here for linens, and of course your water closet. And I think it's gonna be pretty fire. So the last really cool feature that I wanna highlight on the second floor of the Ware House is we have a space under our stairs. And typically, most of the time people close the space off. I think most people have caught on to the idea of leaving it open, but not just leaving it open and, use it for storage or whatever, but really maximizing the space. So what we did is we had our framer put in LVL stringers, which, if you know anything about construction, LVLs are very heavy duty and can support a lot of load. So we put in LVL stringers, that way all the stairs can actually just be floating. And the ultimate plan here, guys, we're gonna do a wine room, or actually, I guess a wine cellar, right here. And we're gonna do actually a glass wall going straight up. And that glass wall will, one, obviously be the wall to encapsulate and close in the actual wine cellar, and two, almost serve a purpose of railing for the third floor, second floor transition steps. So it's gonna be smoking. So of course we still have our laundry room here. That's gonna have a pretty smoking flow. We're gonna do 2 sets of washers and dryers on both sides, sinks, and again, keeping the cohesiveness going, and the European style cabinets, we'll build all these out. And again, we've had our cabinet guy here. We've had our plumbers here, obviously electricians, and everybody that really is gonna be involved in this A to Z to ensure, again, we're doing anything and everything we need to do now with the walls to ensure we're set up to handle our ultimate goal of cabinetry, water, etc. So it's really important to think about the end in mind when you're building. Typically your builder would handle all that, but in my business, we really believe in self-managing to kind of keep higher standards and not, the idea of builders, they're not just working on your job, right? They're on your job, they're on Jim's job, they're all over the place, right? There's nothing wrong with that, but there's no way they can be as committed and just think through your project. So we do choose to self-manage. And the great part about that is you can truly spend all your time in thinking about all of the little things, all of the details, again, the end in mind. So I think that's just something that people should think about. You don't necessarily have to do it yourself, right? You could always think about the idea of who, not how, right? The way I think about it is, well, if you're gonna self-manage, for me, the way I'm moving is we're gonna continue self-managing, but the next step is to get an in-house project manager to actually, again, be on site every day, all day, to ensure things are coming out how you want it. Because otherwise, you can walk through 1 time with your builder, 2 times, 3 times, once a week, whatever, but I promise you, you'll go through every other time and it'll be something, right? Something's off, or, oh well, they made a decision for you versus you make the decision in the moment. So big advocate for self-managing. So boom, we're on the 3rd floor over at the Ware House. And this thing, I just remember drawing these plans with the architect. He always called it his party floor. And it really is. I mean, this thing, you know, the funny thing about the Ware House is every floor is almost the size of a house. Each floor is about 1,800 square feet. And what's really cool about that, obviously you can do a lot within that square footage, but it's like, we thought about how do you just maximize each space? And so we've only got 3 rooms up here. And I'm gonna highlight the first one over here. This is my baby room. We've got an entertainment theater room. So the guys have built the platform in here for the theater room. And I'm gonna highlight a couple of framing things that we did to really elevate this room. So number one, starting with the actual walls for the room, we did a 2x6 bottom plate, a 2x6 top plate, and we used 2x4s and we staggered them 8 inches on center. And we put one flush over there, one flush over here. And the reason we did that is because when you actually install drywall, the drywall in this room will not be attached to the same stud that's in this room. Therefore, vibration will not be able to transfer into the other room. And then we're also going to add rock wool insulation weaved into these things in the whole room. Obviously the attic will be insulated, but also in the floor. So the vibration, you can be almost at 100% max volume and you're not gonna hear it. We'll also build a custom door and insulate the door itself. This room is about 24 foot deep, and it will allow someone to do seating right here, seating on this platform, and seating back here. We just spent so much time, you know, with our media guys and everybody just going over the plan for this. So it really feels like a real theater room, right? We're gonna have 6 speakers on the wall, or 3 speakers on each side, so 6 total. Some of the ceiling, of course, a bunch of bass. We're gonna actually hide our projector, recess it, almost like in a real theater, right? In that little room back there. So definitely an exciting room. We're gonna black it out. It'll still keep the European theme going with the clean lines and stuff, but definitely a fun room for me in this house. As we come through the hallway, but you know, something pretty close to it. So what we came up with was kind of just a kitchen nook in this corner. It'll have a full, almost like a full-size fridge, a cooktop, microwave, and a mini dishwasher sink. And that way, again, you don't have to hike all the way down to the 1st floor to get you a glass of water or whatever you want to do, get your popcorn, food, whatever for the theater room. And I thought that was a pretty cool workaround there for convenience, right? So as we come down here, we've got this storage unit going, but we also have a little pass-through. So we thought about, like, obviously we don't design around seasons, but when we were making this space, I really thought about Christmas. And I was like, you know, we should put a window here. Because one, I could just imagine somebody putting a Christmas tree here, having a bunch of gifts out. But obviously in the off season of that, this is still a great little sitting area. And we decided to put a front porch balcony right here. And this is gonna be pretty nice. I'm not gonna get too close to the edge, but we're gonna put some glass railing up here, and it'll be pretty nice, just a little vibe if you wanna sit in the front. But I'm gonna show you another part of the house that I think everybody will be spending their time in. So let's go see it. All right, so we are over on the other side, 3rd floor still of the Ware House. This is what I call kind of like, I guess, an adult bunk bedroom. So our ultimate plan, the way we designed this out, is we said, you know, how do you maximize the amount of people that can actually stay in this house? And not in a way of like, you're crammed in here, in a comfortable way. So we designed, or we're gonna be designing a custom built-in shelf, or bunk beds. So queen size bunk beds will be able to fit in this room. Basically one up top, one on the bottom, and we'll have a little stairway to get up to them. And then on this side of the room, we'll have a little TV wall. Again, another cavity slider pocket door is gonna go right here, with full-size bathroom ensuite attached to it. Floating vanity going there. We've got our tub going down there, tile going all the way up to the ceiling, and then a nice little water closet there. So again, there are so many parts of this house that I just love. So we designed, this could be a bedroom, but most likely we're gonna stage it out as an office. So just imagine, you're sitting here with your desk, and we put this window here so one could just have this beautiful view of the North Greenville Mountains, some of downtown over there, and just a real good vibe when it comes to working from home. Or again, this could be simply a bedroom with a great view. So, and then right off of this office, guys, we put in another bathroom right here off the office, shower going all the way to the ceiling, of course, and toilet, nice floating vanity there. And yeah, it just makes sense, right? Like, why would you have a house that accommodates probably 14 people and not have enough bathrooms? So again, this is the 6th bathroom of the house, and I think it just makes more sense to maximize bathrooms. So every bedroom or office, whatever, has an ensuite attached to it. Man, all right. So like I said, there are a lot of features in this house that I just absolutely love. But this is one, when we were designing it out, I was just like, yep, this is gonna sell the house if nothing else does. So we've got our entire, this part of the house is basically the garage side. And that garage, remember guys, is 24 foot wide by 24. So we built this on top of the garage part of the house, and we have an entire view overlooking all of the North Greenville Mountains, overlooking all of downtown. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna end up putting a bit, what they call, they call them this, the big ass fans right there. We're gonna end up doing a TV right there, probably like an 80-inch TV. And then we're gonna have our HVAC guy, he's gonna run gas right here in the center. And we're gonna, again, we stage out all of our properties. So, whether we sell them or keep them as mid-term rentals, short-term rentals, whatever, we always stage it out. So we've already actually purchased the furniture for up here, and we're gonna have some nice couches here, and you can easily get a good 15, 20 people easily on this back patio. We'll have a full-size kitchen in this space over here, stove, exhaust, sink, ice maker. This is kind of like our ground zero working space. So me and my partners, we just come up here and work whenever we're here on site. Cause it's just a vibe. I mean, there's a breeze. I'm sitting up here right now. There's a beautiful breeze. And yeah, I just love it. So I hope you guys enjoy this little walkthrough tour of the framing of the Ware House. And I think we have some ways to go still, for sure. Definitely some ways to go. But we're almost there. We are only, I guess this is our 7th week on the job from the time we broke ground. So we are rolling. We're not playing. We're not stopping for anybody outside of an act of God or what the government tells us we can and can't do. So super exciting, super exciting. HVAC is starting later this week. Once HVAC's wrapped up, he'll be about a week and a half. Once he's wrapped up, plumber comes in here. Once he's done, electrician immediately starts. After that, we got our installation in. From there, we get drywall. Once drywall happens, we're rolling. I think we're already rolling, but we're really rolling in. So guys, again, the build time was 6 months on this thing. We had a 2 out here, and then we had to get a crane back on schedule, and again, that's what caused the 2-week delay, but we've recovered from it since. Again, windows are coming in now, going in, and we're in roughing. So I just can't wait to show you guys the finished product, and hope you guys stay along for the journey.